Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news. Hey, 49ers fans, get ready because there's some pretty exciting news that's shaking up the NFC West. And honestly, it might just be a game changer for our team as we head into the 2025 NFL season. Now, I know, we've been waiting for big moves. And this one could be a real statement of intent from the 49ers front office. So stay with me because what I'm about to tell you could have massive implications not only for our offense, but for the entire division and our Super Bowl aspirations. And trust me, you don't want to miss any of this. Recently, one of the more intriguing moves in the NFL offseason has been the signing of Chase Claypool by the San Francisco 49ers. Now, if you've been following Claypool's career, you know he's a guy with incredible potential, but also a player who's faced his fair share of setbacks. His last appearance on an NFL field was in 2023, and that season was a bit of a roller coaster. After being traded from the Pittsburgh Steelers to the Chicago Bears, things didn't quite pan out the way many hoped. Claypool managed only 77 yards and a single touchdown over 8 receptions. That was a rough year, especially considering how talented many believe he is. He then signed with the Buffalo Bills ahead of the 2024 season, but unfortunately, fate had other plans. Claypool missed the entire 2024 season due to a toe injury that required surgery. That's right, he was sidelined all year, and for a player trying to regain momentum, that's a huge setback. But here's the big news, the part that gets every 49ers fan excited. Chase Claypool has recently posted on Instagram, showing a renewed confidence and a drive to come back stronger than ever. He said, "I am back to being the strongest and fastest I've ever been, and couldn't be more excited to step back out on the field and let my actions speak for themselves." Those words resonate, especially coming from a player who's been through so much adversity lately. He's also expressed his belief that everything will fall into place, and that he's working tirelessly to showcase what's been suppressed over the last couple of years. Now, I want you to pause for a second here, just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let's continue with the big reveal. So why is this signing such a big deal for the 49ers? Well, first of all, it's about opportunity. Claypool, despite his struggles, still has the raw talent and athletic ability to make a real impact in the NFL. And in San Francisco, under Kyle Shanahan's offensive system, that talent could be unlocked in a way that we haven't seen before. Shanahan's offense is all about versatility, misdirection, and creating mismatches, and Claypool's unique skill set, especially his size and speed, can be a real weapon. Think about the gadget plays, the jet sweeps, and the deep routes. Claypool has the physical tools to be a nightmare for defenses when used correctly. Now, let's also take a moment to analyze the bigger picture here. The 49ers are under intense pressure to succeed this season, and honestly, it's understandable. They just extended Brock Purdy with a 5-year deal, signaling that they believe in him as their franchise quarterback. But to keep that momentum going and to push for another Super Bowl appearance, the team needed to bolster its wide receiver core. And that's where Chase Claypool could step in and fill a crucial gap. You see, Brandon Ayuk, our star receiver, might not be ready for the first few games of the season. He's still recovering from a serious ACL and MCL tear in his right knee, and that's no small injury. It's a tough recovery process, and the team has to be cautious. So, initially, our top receivers will be John Jennings and Ricky Pearsall. Both of these guys have shown flashes of talent and potential, but let's be honest, they're still developing, and the depth behind them isn't exactly overwhelming. That's why Claypool becomes such an attractive option. He's not going to break the bank, and he's hungry to prove himself after missing so much time. Plus, In Kyle Shanahan's system, which emphasizes scheming and using players' strengths to the fullest, Claypool's gadget ability and size could be harnessed to raise the ceiling of our offense significantly. Imagine a player with his physical gifts running in the red zone, creating mismatches, or even lining up in different positions to confuse defenses. That's the kind of versatility Shanahan loves to exploit. Let's also talk about Claypool's NFL journey a bit more. Over 4 seasons, he's accumulated roughly 345 yards and 15 touchdowns across 183 receptions. Now, those aren't superstar numbers yet, but they do show flashes of his potential. When you consider he's been on teams like the Steelers, Bears, and Dolphins, teams that haven't exactly been offensive juggernauts, it's clear that his production could soar in a more stable and innovative system like the 49ers. San Francisco's offensive line and coaching staff are among the best in the league, and they have a knack for developing players and maximizing their talents. Plus, Claypool's physical profile is perfect for our style. Standing roughly 6'4", with a 235-pound frame, he's a matchup nightmare for smaller defensive backs. His speed is also impressive, which allows him to stretch the field and open up opportunities for other receivers and our running game. That kind of versatility is exactly what the 49ers need right now, especially with the uncertainty surrounding Ayuk's recovery and the overall depth chart at wide receiver. Now, let's not forget the importance of this move in the context of the NFC West. The division is historically competitive, but with the Rams rebuilding, the Seahawks trying to find consistency, and the Cardinals in a bit of a rebuild mode, the 49ers have an opportunity to solidify their dominance. Adding a player like Claypool, even if he's not a top-tier star yet, can tip the scales in our favor. It's about stacking depth, creating competition, and building a roster that's ready to go all in for another deep playoff run. And there's also the aspect of team culture. Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch have built a winning environment that emphasizes development and resilience. Claypool's story of overcoming injury and disappointment fits right into that narrative. If he can get back to at least a fraction of his potential, he could become a key piece in our offensive puzzle. Remember, the NFL is a league of adjustments, and sometimes a change of scenery and a good system are all a player needs to turn his career around. Now, I want to touch on the bigger implications. The signing of Claypool signals that the 49ers are serious about their offensive depth and are willing to take a calculated risk to maximize their chances this season. It also speaks to the confidence the front office has in Shanahan's system, knowing that he can mold a player like Claypool into a viable contributor. It's also a sign of the times. NFL teams are constantly looking for undervalued assets, players who have fallen out of favor or faced adversity, but still possess the talent to excel. This move could also shake up the wide receiver room in other teams' plans. Opposing defenses will have to prepare for Claypool's size and speed, which might draw extra attention and open up opportunities for other players. And for the 49ers, it could mean a sneaky upgrade that makes our offense even more unpredictable and dangerous. Plus, with the draft in the rearview mirror and training camp just around the corner, Claypool's addition adds a new dynamic to the competition and motivation within the team. So, in conclusion, this signing isn't just about adding another wide receiver. It's about the 49ers making a statement. They're in it to win, and they're willing to take chances on players with upside. It's about building a roster that can adapt and overcome challenges, especially in a league where injuries and setbacks are part of the game. With Claypool's athleticism, Shanahan's innovative offense, and our talented core, there's a real chance for this move to pay off in a big way. Now, I want to hear from you, 49ers fans. What do you think about Chase Claypool joining the team? Do you believe he can bounce back and become a key contributor? Are you excited about the potential depth he adds? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion really matters to us and to the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news. We're heading into an exciting season, and with moves like this, the future looks bright. Thanks for joining me, and as always, go Niners!